Wishing you all the best of luck. Now, sometimes the start of something great, it doesn't always come with a plan. It might just be that little voice inside your head that says that you can do it. But when passion meets service to others, that's when truly amazing things start to happen. And this is why today we are joined in studio by Natasha Brown and Cassandra Money, who have started their great by quitting their jobs and creating educational children's games. Does that make you want to take a deep breath when I say quitting your jobs, cutting your losses, jumping out, going out on a limb? Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations for starting your great. What is your great?
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having us on the show.
It's our pleasure.
We've started a company called Games4Brains, which started in April of this year, so it's really new still. And it's all about facilitating, teaching and retailing board games and card games to children and adults. We realise that board games have come such a far way in the last 10 years. They're not the kind of Scrabble and Monopoly kind of games.
I don't think there was anything wrong with Scrabble
and
Monopoly.
No, not at all, not at all. But they really have come a far way. And we started the company following an evening that we had. We were invited to a games evening, which we were a bit like, oh, is this going to be dull and boring? Yeah. And we just had so much fun. It was such a blast. And we just realised that there's so many games out there that people don't know about, ourselves included. And we thought we've just got to get these games out there.
How long have you guys known each other? Have you been friends for a long time?
We're sisters, yeah.
Oh my
So
word!
sisters, and we've worked
That is
together.
so cool.
Yeah, we've worked together before, and this was just an amazing opportunity to work together again. We get along really well, so it was...
How important, when you're taking this kind of, backing yourself in this way, how important is it to have someone you trust next to you?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a huge part of... I mean, we're both excited about what we do. We have the same kind of likes, and we've always just... had the same desires and the same drive and that kind of thing. And I think that's a huge part of it, that you're working towards the same thing.
And I love the fact that that you mentioned adults as well in the mix here, that we are pandering not just to the kids, but we forget that games are an integral way of learning, a big part of a child's development.
Exactly. Yeah. Once we went onto the internet and we did some research, we realised that there are just so many benefits for kids for playing board games and adults. Just apart from the obvious ones of socialising and getting off social media and kids getting off their electronic devices.
One of our main aims of the business is to get people unplugged, and that's kids and adults. So much of our socialising is done through electronics, whether it's phones or computers or whatever it is. And nowadays, people are just using that as a tool, and they're not actually interacting face-to-face, getting to know one another, and they're finding that more and more difficult. And I think we realise that board games are just such a great tool for getting people to do that, whether it's kids or adults.
And especially in the context of a family, just very quickly, if I can ask, because clearly inspiration is involved here. Who inspired you, or what inspired you to take this leap? Is there a person or a moment?
Well, my kids really, and my age, but I just decided, forget the corporate life, I want to do something on my own.
100%, yeah.
And my kids inspired me in that, I see how much they're on electronic media, and just being in a family, playing a game after dinner for a quick 20 minutes, it's such great bonding. My kids were a huge inspiration.
And I think also we were just inspired by the games themselves.
Oh, yeah,
the fact that you can have a game that's 20 minutes long and not a 2-day Monopoly session. You know that you
That's
can
not going to divide the entire family.
Yeah, if you know that you can
ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and happy belated Women's Day as well. What a way to celebrate starting your great. Very, very inspirational. So sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of inspiration and a big heart to challenge you to start your great. But we want to know from you how you plan to start your great for yourself. Maybe you've been inspired by our awesome guest today to start that big project. Tell us a bit more about it on Twitter or Facebook. Facebook using that hashtag #StartYourGreat.
Kellogg's, start your great.